Hi, you guys. Welcome to my live. Today we are going to be continuing to do this thing like we did before, right? The previous class. So if you follow my previous class, maybe those on TikTok, you didn't see it. So, anyways, I'm going to remove myself from the screen so that we can begin. I just wanted to show my face because I never show my face. It's always here like this. So I don't want anyone to be distracted and focus on my face. So let's begin. I'm going to make a different look based off of this thing that we started last week. So if you didn't follow from last week, I think it was this week or last week, you can see. So let's begin. So okay, let me first start with changing the pose here. Why I change the pose is because it has to be in a T pose, right? You're going to see what I mean, yeah? In a T pose, that's when we can see, or A pose or T pose, then it's easier for us to see how our avatar is positioned. So now you're seeing how the avatar is transforming slowly. Boom, there. Let me remove this background because it will distract us. I'm going to remove the background so that we can have a whole view of the 360, and I'm going to hide the lights so that they're not in the view. Okay, so 2 on the shortcut screen brings us to the front so that we can see everything in real time. I want to give this thing trousers. I want to shorten this dress because I'm going to play with different types of design first. I don't have something concrete, but the design I'm working on in real life is already based off of these patterns. So I want to see if what I'm imagining in real life makes sense, right? Because this is already a dress, right? And the one that I created in real time, I wish I could share it here, but it's on my phone. I wish I could share what I created, but it's on my phone. And I want to see if I can go ahead and use this same pattern that I already have in real life. I want to see if I can, the design makes sense, if the design is human, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to start with, because TikTok is annoying, I can't leave the woman bare, but I would want to give her maybe shorts or something. So I'm going to go to the library and see if we have any shorts already that I can give her so that when I shorten the dress into like a top like thing, it does not show her naked body and then they strike me. So let me look for some simple shorts or a skirt. I think a skirt is better. So let's go to the female basic and I'll bring in this skirt. I'll say add. Okay. Okay. It's taking long to. Sometimes these apps are annoying. It's taking long to add. Okay, there it is. It has added. So now it's in the picture. And now I'm going to simulate. Like, I'm going to, it's like basically press play. And before I do that, let me make sure that this top is on top, so the layers are different. Like, I'm going to make this layer 1 so that it's on top, so that it knows that this layer is covering the one inside. So it changes the color, but we'll change it back later. So I need to help it a bit. And also this particle distance, okay, it's right, but I don't understand why it's moving so slow like this. It shouldn't be moving so slow like this. Okay, now I can be able to shorten the dress. So let me put it back to 0 here, layer 0. Now that Style 3D already knows that now this is on top. Okay, so in real life, the thing I'm trying to make is short, like the pattern is shorter. So let's see. Let me see how I'm going to shorten this pattern here. And this one. So shift. Oh, come on. Okay, the back wasn't selected. Go back. Shift. Something weird is happening. Okay, simulate. What did I do? Oh my god. No, it's not working. Let's do it now manually. I'm going to move this point up here. I'm going to move this other point up here. And I'm going to do the same for the front. The thing with the front, it has pleats. So if I move this point here, I'm going to have to pick all these points and move them as well, which I don't want. And so what do we do? Can we shift them out? Oh, we can select them. Okay. Okay. But I don't know why when I do that, this thing shifts. It's supposed to be like this. Or like this. And yeah. Okay. And then this corner doesn't make sense. Like this. Let's delete those points. They don't make sense. And simulate. I don't know what piece this is. Okay. Let me pull this one out. I don't like the way it's simulating. Pull it out and see if it's going to go on top. Nope. Let me put it on top. Let me make it layer 2. Simulate. Stop. Select. Pull it back. Simulate. Back. Let me put it up. And then I'll pull this one down. Like that. Let's simulate and see. Yeah, it worked. It worked. So, okay. I mean, not 100% because there is some issue here. There's an abnormal phenomena, abnormal activity going on. So let's see if I can move these. The problem is when I move them, these ones up also move. So I don't know, you know, if I should delete these plates. It will give me so much pleasure to delete them. Deleted them. So now I don't have issues like I was having before. Yeah, this is much better. I'm not having the issues I was having before. Let's see. Here we have an issue with the shape is not matching. So let me curve it here so that it's matching. And here it's 14 centimeters. Hold on. Yeah, 40. So these ones share. Oh, I mistook it. Okay, it's 14 centimeters. 17. Let's make it 14. 14. And let's reduce this curve. Okay. Okay, this area is better. Let me take care of the sides. The sides are totally wrong. So 51 and 61, I think the sewing lines are also false. Okay. What? This is not even oh my god, I messed up so badly. I messed up so bad. Hope I can go as back as I can, because I feel like this is giving mental gymnastics. I'll go back for as far as I can. Because what? And if I go as back as I can, I know what to do. I don't even know why I didn't do that from the beginning, you guys. Sometimes you are just confused. You don't know any better. So that's what happened to me. And I don't know why I didn't do that from the start. So let me do that from the start. Let me put this one back to 0. But then again, there are different ways of achieving things, especially when it comes to digital stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut through here. I don't know why I didn't do that from the beginning. Sometimes we are just dummy dumb, right? Like humans. So I'm going to cut through from here to there. And let me turn it to the side. And I'll cut from, it has to be on the same exact spot, right? Let me zoom in. It has to be on the same exact spot as the front. So there. And I will connect it to here. And then what happens on one side happens on the other side. So I'm going to curve here, make it more realistic, and same as here. Curve. And now I'm going to say cut, not cut and sew. Like I'm going to right click and say cut, because I want to cut off the lower part, not sew it. Even here I'm going to say cut. Why didn't I do that from the beginning? So I'm going to delete this part and delete that part. So now this is what we have, right? But still, I feel like from what I have, because I'm making this in real life already, from what I have, it's up to here. This is too short. Yes, this is too short. Excuse me. I realize this is too short. Let me lengthen it. Let me not make the cut too short, right? Before cutting. This was before cutting, because it's just below the how to call it, this part, the panty part, the panty area. So let me pull this down a bit, and this one too. I think a little bit more. Oh no, that's still too high. Okay, wait, I'm doing the back and I'm not even seeing what I'm doing. I thought I was on the front and I'm like, why isn't it reducing? Okay, so I think no, not yet. I still believe it's a bit lower than this. I think right there it's a good, there. This is more parallel. So I'm going to do the curve and make it proper. And then before I do the cut and sew again, I'm going to zoom into this area that I'm trying to connect. And I'm going to go back to my move tool, and I'm going to, oh, excuse me, I have to go down. Oh, behave. We have company. Okay, so you see, I'm trying to make sure here it's, for some reason you can't design in the 3D window, but if I put it down here, and once you zoom in, it gives you more permission to be more accurate. So from here I can see that the line is exactly, but then it's not on the edge. So if I say cut, it won't cut. So I have to make sure it's exactly at the edge, right? I think this is as accurate as I can get. So zoom out. Let me lower the center too. And I'm trying to make it, okay, there. And then I'm going to curve. Okay, at least now we can zoom out to, I'm going to add the curve. Mind you, all these keys have shortcuts. You know, that's why I'm not using these keys here. I'm using more of the keyboard because it gives you more freedom so that you don't take a longer time to do things. So I've done right click and cut. Right click and cut. So now I'm going to remove these. Yes. So this gives a picture of the outfit that I'm working on, but then the outfit I'm working on, it's a bit falling down on the side like this, if I may. Yes, it's falling down. Yeah, and let me see, this is 40 centimeters and this is 44. And first of all, where is this sewing going? So we need to coordinate the sewing. So this sewing is fine, and then there is this. So I'm going to delete these sewings here, and I'm going to connect so that they, yeah. Okay. And now, and then also let's see this sewing here, it's also going to the sleeve. Okay, interesting. Then again, remember I said, so this is 40 and this is 44, right? So I'm going to either reduce, so this is already 44, this is 40. So I'm going to increase this one to 44. So I'm going to right click and say change length and say 44, but yeah, at the start, so that it's not increasing from here, it's increasing from here. So I'll say okay. Okay, let me simulate now. Okay, this is more like what I already have. Oof, what's happening in the back? Let me pull this. It's not supposed to be here. Come on, come on. Okay. Oh, not yet. It's still tucked. Let me just make it layer 1. Okay, so now we have layer 1. Okay, perfect. Even this one, let me make it layer 1, because if you change it, it keeps getting confused which layer it is, and I already have this layer on top of it too, you know, so I don't want to use any other techniques. Okay, so now we have the outfit that I already working on. The outfit that I'm working on has print underneath, right? And I'm using a fabric that is kind of like this, but it's sheer. So I'm going to shear it, this fabric, and I'm going to layer another fabric below it, because the fabric that I'm using is see-through. Okay, so before I do that, let me put this back to layer 0. This was just for simulation purposes. Now it's simulated, so let's put it back to 0. I hope it does not misbehave again. And now the thing I was talking about, let me choose the fabric. It's this one, right? And I'm going to go to opacity. It's not opacity here, it's alpha. In Style 3D it's alpha, in Clo 3D it's opacity. So I'm going to make it see-through like that. It's very how to call it, very sheer and very delicate. So the other thing that I want to try and do, I want to see if I gave these sleeves like flared sleeves, if I gave the sleeve flared sleeves, how the style is going to come out. And also if I gave more of these gathers at the bottom, right, how the style is going to come out. So before I do that, let me first do the complicated stuff and get it out of the way, which is layering this with the actual print. So I'm not going to use the real wheel print, but I'm going to bring in a print. Say add a graphic. So now I can import a print, like a personalized print. It's not the exact print. So as you see, it's loading. Sometimes it's annoying, especially if you're bringing in something heavy. It gets like this, so give me some time. So if I click here, I have two options. I can either drag and drop. I think dragging and dropping will be the best option. Yeah, so I'm going to drag and drop a print because I don't want to also overshare my files and where I keep them and stuff. So let me just find a print that I can quickly drop there. Give me 1 second. Everything gets lost when you look for it. Always pressure. Okay, come on, I'm trying to look for the print. I hate searching. I've been wanting to find the print already, you know, just boom. Okay, so let me see if I can drop this here. Oh, it got rejected. Let me see if I can drop it here. Nope, that doesn't work. Ah, it came in. Look at this, it's here. Okay, so let me close here. And this is the print that I worked on before. So I don't know. Hey, file. No. Home. Select. I'm going to go back to the normal fabric, and I'm going to go back to, I think you can edit it from here also. I wanted to go back to this fabric because I didn't like the fabric they gave me, you know. I used two programs, Clo 3D and Style 3D. This one is, I think, this one is Chinese, yes. Style 3D is Chinese and Clo 3D is Korean. So they are pretty much similar, but they're not. And each one of them has their own disadvantages and advantages. So I'm always switching in between the two of them, and they totally work different and the same at the same time. So this one is asking me for a texture here, and I don't know at what point where I can import my own texture, right? You know, yes. No, I don't want. So let me see. It's just going to add another one. Oh, how do I delete this damn thing? Okay, let me do what I did before. I'm going to just find a print and drag it and drop it here, but not on the fabric. I'll drag it and drop it here. There it is. Okay, so now I'm going to see if the thing about the differences here. Okay, I'm going to right click and say I should be able to clone the pattern, right? Instance pattern. You can't see what I'm saying. Let me see if I zoomed out, you'll be able to see. There's all of these options. And what I'm trying to do is superimpose one underneath the other, right? So, so I can create a lining inside. Good. This is the lining. So that's the option they gave us that I thought, it's not what they gave us, but I thought this option would be more convenient for us. So again, I'm going to right click on this pattern and I'm going to say create lining. Why I took long is because Claw 3D is different. Claw 3D clones the pattern instead. And then it asks you if you want to superimpose it inside or outside. So I'm going to choose the print material fabric, I think. Oh, no. I'm going to drop the print onto this. So I'm going to pick this and I'm going to come over here. I don't know why it's not hello. Please don't tell me I have to drop it again, like manually. Okay. Okay, now it has become a fabric. I see. Okay, I'm going to increase the alpha. But, okay, then I'm going to select this again. No, I'm going to select... wait. It infused the fabric into this one, and that's not what I want. I want this fabric. I'll just do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll say yeah, here, and I'll say import. And this is what I didn't want to happen, like my stuff coming in like this. So I'm going to say print. That will be much better, easier. Icon. And let me choose this one just for fun. Okay. And now we have a print. So I'm going to scale this print. But then again, the scaling has to happen here. So I'm going to change this to centimeters. And this is now like the paper, right? So let's say 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters, right? And I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, excuse me, it's not easy working between two. Okay, to the tiles. Okay, so now we have the tiles. Boom. And I'm going to say, no, let me reduce it like this. And I'm going to say apply. So now we've created our own custom fabric, right? And which is this one, right? There is something that I need to delete so that we see our fabric. There is something that is blocking us from seeing the textures of the fabric, and it has to do with over here. I don't know if you can see what I mean. Yeah, there is something that is happening. I think our, oh, okay, let me go back and I have to go back to the texture of the fabric. No. Which fabric is this? Default. Default. Sorry you guys. I put the picture in the normal map instead of the texture map. So I'm flabbergasted. I don't know. I have to delete it. So let me close it and delete it because that was useless. Now let me go back again, go to texture. I went to the, no, that's why it was confusing and we couldn't see the colors. So let me pick the same and say okay, and then go back pixels and centimeters. I'm more familiar with centimeters. I don't know about you guys. So 100 again, and then say okay, and then go back to our tile, click both and say apply. Okay. Finally. Okay, so now I can use this fabric and make it the layer underneath, right? I can use this fabric and use it as the fabric that we have as what do they call it, the lining, so it's only underneath, right? Okay, so that's good enough. I think let me make this one a little bit sheer now that we have something underneath. I'm not so scared to, you know, make it more sheer because I didn't want her chest area to be so exposed before, but I would like the illusion to be apparent because I'm going to click on her and I'm going to choose her naked body, right? No nipple covers. Okay, so let's simulate. You see, now you don't see the nipple covers anymore. Now I'm going to delete this skirt. I don't know, let me first I'm going to delete this skirt. Now we have an extremely short dress. So another thing I wanted to do was to, let me copy, no, I don't want to copy, let me draw a new one. I'm going to draw a rectangle here just next to this part, and let's make it a bit longer. And okay, this is long enough, and I want to see how it's going to be, how the effect will be if I say, if I saw this part to this part. Yep. Let's simulate and see what happens. Ooh la la, I love it. I love it. I'm loving it. Banana. So let me, maybe it's a bit too flared. Eh? What do you think? Let me reduce the, it's too gathered. Sorry, not flared. It's too gathered. Let me reduce the gather. And it's a bit long, so let me reduce the length. Right over there. Ah yes, this is perfect. This is a perfect length. And so let me right click. For some reason you cannot see the rest of the when I right click. Let me see if it would be possible if I do like this and then I say right click, because I'm trying to show you guys the whole screen, and then you say symmetric pattern with seam. So that means you're going to have the same exact one on the other side. Okay, let's locate it. For some reason I don't know why I have my screen not evenly divided, so let me bring this in and simulate. But stop, before I simulate, let me use this chance to sew here, because once they collect together it becomes hard to find them, so it will be perfect. Boom. You know what, I really, let me increase the, let me make this like a silk. Right, this is a silk, it's already silk. What if I say shiny? I don't know what the difference is. This is silk. Okay, silk has more shimmer. This is shiny. But I think in the shiny you can play with the shimmer, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you can play with the metalness. Something like that. But let me put it back to silk. Let me put it back to silk and see. The gloss on the weft and the warp. It's interesting. What this anisotropic? That didn't do anything. Okay, okay. So let me see if I give it sleeves, right? Sleeves. No, sorry, cuffs. Something like that. Something like that. And let's make it small on the inside. Okay. I want to see if I can sew. First, it will have to be. No, I no escape. I'm going to sew here to. Yeah. This is huge. I'm going to reduce it. It's a huge piece. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, I'm going to have to delete these. Hold your horses, hold your horses, hold your horses. Okay. So before I do anything, this part here has to be elastic. So if I plan on sewing this part to this part, yes, it has to have elastic. So not necessarily, but yes. So let's do that and see what happens. See, let's make it shorter. Because the thing I want to do is so let me give it elastic over here at the sleeves, but before I do that, let me put it up. I know what these things be doing before, so let me bring it up here and give it some sort of elastic. Yeah, elasticity on, and I'm going to increase the strength. By the way, I should be simulating so that I know what's happening. That's the only way I'm going to be able to achieve what I want. So because I was trying to make these sleeves flared, and I even forgot to sew the sides of the sleeves, so I forgot to sew this side to this side. I hope it doesn't become a nightmare. It has already become a nightmare. Let me use arrangement points. I hope it doesn't become another nightmare. Let me move it a bit so that the finger is engulfed, and let's simulate. Let me make sure that this is layer 1, so in top, and these are too thin. Let me make them strong so that we see what we are doing in real time. And these lights, I said hide them already. I fear it's not working out, and the reason it's not working out is because, let me go all the way back. Okay, like before I even sewed it, it wasn't working out. Let me strengthen this fabric first, and then before I get to sewing, I would have to reduce this. Usually a wrist is let's say 18 centimeters, right? And you're trying to find a good 90 degrees here and here as well. So let's sew and see what will happen. Oh yeah, this is also too Yeah, it's too big. Bingo. Oh, yo, this is annoying. I'm looking for resets. Okay. Let's first freeze this thing and let's simulate. Delete this sewing first. Let's strengthen. Let's unfreeze this one. And I'm going to rotate it. Okay, let's sew and see. If it's not working out, I'm just going to let it because oof. It's not working out. Okay, so let's increase this just a little bit, just like that, and I'm going to organize. Sometimes that program is annoying. Okay, this is good enough. Oh my god, I spent all the time doing this. Let me do what I said I wanted to do. I'm going to draw a pencil that comes from here to here. It's so funny, this whole class has been about learning, like the hard lesson of learning to do things differently, right? At the end, the whole class has been about learning to do things differently. Okay, I'm going to carve this point. And I'm going to pick this point and turn on the elasticity. The more you ratio it, the more it curves. So okay. Okay, let me unstrengthen these two. I forgot about the bar. Command C, Command V. Okay, let me sew now the back. I'm going to sew this part to this part and this part to that part. And simulate. Perfect. So let me do the same symmetric sewing with pattern. Mm-hmm. I just want to use this opportunity to sew here and here. Boom. I think I'm liking my design, you guys. If you don't like it, you're hating. I think I'm loving my design. Let me see. Let's see if we can change the shoes. Let's exaggerate. Yeah. No, I don't like them. Shoes. Can always go to their library and see what they have. Ooh, these sneakers. I thought I'm coming to find high heels, but I'm shocked. No, she looks so terrible. We found the shoes, yay! You guys, I'm not so good at styling. Let me know what color you think the shoes should be. Cause what? Let's give it no, a golden, a pink. maybe a purple. Is purple too much? A dark purple color? I'm I'm not so sure about the color, you guys. Well, okay, that purple is perfect. I love it, you guys. Let me change the pose. Let's change the pose to there she goes, changing her position. Okay. You guys, I love it. Let me save it. What do you mean? Okay, I'll see you guys some other time. I'm ending the live here. Go back and see what I did, and then yes, I'm always here. Stay tuned. And it's digital fashion connects to real fashion, and I'm the fashion vegan everywhere on all social